If you're searching for that video that will show you how to make that perfect fish roll, then you're in the right place. Pay attention to the end of this video and I'll show you how to make your perfect fish roll. So first of all, we are going to wash our fish and cut into our desired pieces and season it with some thyme, curry, salt, and garlic powder. So after seasoning, we are going to add some water and then we cover and boil. Boil your fish for about 10 to 15 minutes or even less. Then after boiling, take your time to scoop it out of the fish stock. Then make use of your cutleries to debone the fishes. After deboning the fishes, you take your time to shred them into pieces. After shredding them into pieces, we are going to return it back into the pot, into the fish stock, and we'll cook it all over again. Then we'll add a little bit of butter or margarine. Just a teaspoon is fine for one fish. Then after adding it, we are going to slice our vegetables like carrots and cabbage, and then we go ahead to add it into this pot of fish. Then we'll add a teaspoon of flour to thicken it a little bit. After adding it, we're going to stir it, and after stirring it, if the water in it is completely absorbed, next we're going to scoop it into a plate where we're going to spread it out and let it cool off, because this is what we would use as our fish roll filling. So after scooping out everything from the pot, we'll put it in a plate and set aside so that it will cool off while we go ahead to prepare the fish roll dough. So we have here 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg powder for flavoring. After adding them together, we'll take our time to mix all of them as the dry ingredients. After mixing them together, we'll measure out 2 tablespoons of butter or 2 tablespoons of margarine. So we're going to add it into this dry ingredients and mix them together until it's crumbly. So we'll take our time to mix the butter with the mixture of the dry ingredients. We'll mix it for up to about 5 minutes or until it's crumbly enough. Next, we are going to add 1 egg into this bowl to make it form a dough. After adding our egg, we are going to measure out 100 milliliters of milk and add into this bowl. After adding it, we'll take our time to mix it till it forms a dough. And if the milk is not enough, after adding 100 milliliters of milk and a dough is still not formed, feel free to add more, or you can add more water until a dough is formed. After mixing it in a plate, we are going to transfer it onto our work table and knead it properly until we get a very smooth dough. So after we have kneaded our dough and achieved that smooth texture, next we'll use a cutter to divide the dough into smaller sizes. After dividing them, we would use a rolling pin to roll it out and make it flat. So after flattening it on the table, the next thing we are going to do is to get our fish roll filling so that we can start filling it and rolling it into the shape we would use to bake it in an oven. So we'll take our time to flatten it, and afterwards we'll use a cutter or a knife to shape it to get or achieve that rectangular shape. After doing this, we are going to bring our fish roll filling and we start filling up the dough. So our fish roll filling has already cooled off as we wanted, and this is time for us to start filling it up. After filling it up, we are going to roll it and we are going to press the edges to make it closed so that there won't be any opening, since we want to bake the outer part of the dough while keeping the inside still very yummy but warm. So we're going to roll it and we cut out the edges as far as we've gotten the size that we want. Then the remaining part of the dough, we are also going to flatten it more and fill it up with the fish roll filling and roll it up. And after rolling it, we'll take our time and use our fingers to close this part of it so that it doesn't open, because you can either fry this or bake it. In this video, I'm actually baking, so I'm going to roll it up this way, set them, and I'll use a knife to dissect the upper part of the dough. We are going to repeat this process on all of them. After doing this, next we are going to sprinkle some flour on our baking pan. After sprinkling the flour on the baking pan, we'll transfer our dough onto this pan, and after transferring all of them, next we are going to mix up or whisk some egg in a bowl, and then we make use of our brush to brush the top of the fish rolls. After brushing it with eggs, next we'll transfer it into the oven, and we are going to let it bake for up to 25 to 30 minutes on medium heat. And afterwards, our fish rolls are ready. We'll bring them out of the oven. You can see how it looks crunchy, it looks delicious and ready to eat. So go ahead and serve your fish rolls, and this is how we achieved our crunchy, delicious fish rolls. You can see it looks very crunchy on the outside, but very yummy on the inside. I trust you enjoyed watching this video. Do not forget to leave a comment below, and do not forget to give me a thumbs up